All right, welcome back, everyone. In today's episode, we are going to be doing some NPC stuff. This is going to be the last episode for this series, I believe, mostly because I'm kind of burnt out on it. I don't have too many more ideas. The base of the game is pretty much set up. In fact, the NPC thing is kind of redundant in a sense, but I'll kind of show you a different way to do it in the sense of a cutscene. So it'll be almost kind of like a cutscene NPC. So what we'll do, so we're going to open our world, and we're going to use a structure similar to the sign. So let's actually just go into our new node. Oops, put it over there, and we will create a body, and we want static body. That's hopefully our NPC is not moving. Let's save it, and I will put it world objects. I'll say NPC. I'll just save it as NPC. And I've imported some NPC characters. So let me find one. That one's kind of weird. Look at a female. Is there a female? Okay, maybe not. Okay, what's other? Let's see what's in here. Okay. Okay, let's use this. This is perfect. This is really weird. I get 4 and 4. No, is it 4 and 4? Ooh, it's 4 and 3. Interesting. That's actually strange. Horizontal is 3, and this will be 4. 4. There we go. Okay. So let's put it right there. He's walking. Is there an idle one? No, they're all just walking, I think. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have an idle animation, but that's okay. Yeah, every character in here is walking. Yeah, no, okay. It's okay. We'll just have it be idle. So we'll have it on this frame. So that way it looks like he's standing. All right, and let's save. Let's name this NPC. Let's add a body to it, or a collision thing. So collision shape. Give it a little rectangle. Put it right there. Oh, and I'll make it that big. There we go. All right, what else do we have our sign? We have the area 2D, which we'll add in a second, and then we have the panel for the actual label. What we'll do is we'll actually merge that. So we're going to merge from scene. We're going to find it. I think it's in here. So sign, and we're going to get this label. Awesome. I have a label that has text, but what we're going to do instead is we're going to create kind of a cutscene. So let's move this up for now. And we're going to go to NPC. We're going to create a script for it. And we're also going to add an animation player. Animation player. And so the way cutscenes work is there's a lot of different ways you can do it, really. You can use an animation tree if you want, in fact. If you wanted to do different paths of different selections, so for example, if the NPC asked you something like, would you like to, like, choice, right? A choice in the actual game. So like, would you like to kill this person or not? That's like an evil deed, for example. You can increase the evil deed by 1, and then you can go through a certain path in the animation tree, right? So we're not going to do that, but what we'll do is we'll connect the animation player. So let's create a few scenes. So let's make, what will be the first one? The first one will be intro, and then we'll have ending, and then in our intro, let's go to our label and say, welcome player. Hope you enjoy this world I created. And then what we'll do is, because we're adjusting the size here, we're actually going to take this, all this, and we're going to copy all this. We're going to copy the text because we're adjusting the text in our animation player. So what we'll do is we'll go to the label, and we're going to key the text right there in our intro, right? Now what we'll do is we'll go into our panel, and we're going to built-in script. Go to here, go back, make sure I'm in the right one. Take that breakout. Then And here, what we'll do is oops. Okay, I don't know why it's like that. There we go. So now we're always updating the panel size depending on the text. So we no longer really have to set it here. We just have to update the text. And let's just double check this works. So let's put our NPC in our world. So NPC. Let's put in objects, and then let's put this guy right here on the bottom. Let's move these guys down so I'm not messing with them. Let's play. Ooh, what is happening? Right. I have to make sure I'm getting the right thing. So panel will just be self, so we can actually just do self for this. So I'll just Control R to replace it all, replace all that. And then for this one, we can just erase the panel because it's just going to get our label down. All right, let's play again. Play. All right, let's go find our player. There it is. So we did not change the panel size. It just changed automatically, right? So let's actually adjust a few things. Let's go to our label. I think, ooh, is it 6 or 64? I thought it was 64. And yeah, it's 65 here, actually. So let's go back to our label. Let's change that to 65 and see what we get. It won't change automatically. I have to reload the game. Okay, there we go. Oh no, sorry, ooh, that's the position. Okay, position. Let's not mess with the position, actually. We'll leave the position there. The rectangle size, X and Y. X, Y plus 16. Okay, I think I'll leave it like that there. And we'll actually put this guy under our player, or under the NPC, so that way it builds downwards. We'll also, it seems to be wrapped way too far to the right. So let's decrease the Y axis. Let me check. So I'm going to play around with it because I'm not 100% sure. No, it's the X axis. So let's decrease the X. We'll only add 8. So let's play and see what we get. Okay, that's a little better. It looks a bit cleaner. So it looks a bit more centered. All right, let's actually decrease this as well because it's pretty far down. So we'll go +8. Now in our animation player, what we'll do is we're going to add our area 2D. You know what? We'll actually just merge this as well from the sign. So we'll go to merge, add the area 2D from here. So now it's the exact same size as the sign. And then what we'll do is we'll just do body entered, NPC. And then what we can do is do the exact same thing as the sign. So we can say if body.name equals player, then that means it's our player. So let's go to NPC. And then what we can do is say get. We'll make it on ready variable anim. That's not how you spell anim. Anim equals, oh yeah, I can't type. Get node animation player. So now we can just say anim dot play intro. And then what we can do is, so we're going to play our intro, which will be 1 second technically. And then what we can do is say, what we can do, I'm actually not 100% sure this will work, but let's try it. Let's try doing this. Nope, it'll just pop up, right? It's not going to animate it, I don't believe. Let's try it. Let's see what we get, though. So originally, the text is empty, but then if I hit, it'll play it. Yeah, so it's not going to animate it. There is a different way to animate it, but we're not going to do that. For now, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to delete this guy. There we go. I want this in the middle. And then what we'll do, so I'm going to make this like 5 seconds. After 1.5 seconds, what we'll do is we can create a prompt. So what we'll do is we'll go to our NPC. We're going to say on ready there UI. No, let's say player UI. equals get. So at this point, what we want to try to do, okay, so our goal, I'll explain it. We want to, oh, it's going to error, of course. Okay, well, we can still look in our remote. So in our remote, oh no, I can't because we're in the main menu. Okay, I'm just trolling today. So let's go again, go to our remote. Okay, so here's our goal. Our goal is to, once we hit the NPC, we want to find our UI and create a button inside that UI that says, like, do you want to accept this quest, for example, right? We can do that. We'll remove this sign from here. Let's do that. So let's take that out. In our NPC, what we're going to do is when we hit the NPC, it's going to say, welcome to our world. Would you like to accept this quest? And then a prompt will pop up and it'll say yes or no. If you say no, obviously we don't accept it. If you say yes, it'll accept the quest. So in order to find this UI, we have the onReady variable, player UI. And what we can do is we just have to find it. So well, the way I usually do it is I'll do get parent. That means we've gone up one. So we're now at object. If I do it again, it means we're now at main sort. If I do it again, that means we're now at world. And now I can just do get node UI, right? Yeah, that's it. Because that is how you spell it. And instead of get parent, what we can do is dot dot slash, dot dot slash, dot dot slash. I think it's that one. So now we can remove all those. Okay, I think it's the other one. Yeah, I think it's this one. Right? Okay, now let's replay. And if it doesn't error, that means we've gotten the node. Okay, that means we have the UI. Awesome. So now what we can do is we can go into our animation player and we'll create a function. So function and prompt player. We'll just say player UI dot. We're gonna have to create a button. So let's actually do that outside. Let's create it. Let's do a 2D scene. No, let's do a canvas layer. Canvas layer. There we go. And then in here, we'll just have a panel. And we're also going to have two buttons. So I'll add one button and then duplicate it. There we go. And I'm going to move this to the middle. So let's turn on snap grid. Let's take our panel and make it like that big. Let's take the buttons out so we don't get affected by the scaling. And then this one will say no. Let's make the panel a little bigger. We have no, and then yes. So we'll have that down there. And then what we can do, let's actually move all this. Let's move all of it kind of in the middle. I'll make the buttons a bit smaller actually. So let's go here, say 0.8, 0.8. Let's move it a little bit. And then last thing, we'll just create a label. And this will be prompt. And then this label is going to be the text of like whatever we want to edit. So whenever we have a quest system, so this will be our prompt. It can be prompt, yeah, we'll just say prompt player. So this can be your quest prompt if you want. It can be your, like, it can be anything really. Let's end this. Let's go back here. We'll just keep it as label. And then what we can do is we can go to NPC. We can load it. So we'll just say variable. Actually, we'll make it a constant. We'll do prompt equals preload. What was it called? Prompt. I'm just going to find it. It is right there. So let's preload that. So now we have our prompt. And now what we can do is say player.ui dot, nope, we want to get our prompt and instance that. So prompt.instance. And then we're going to get our player UI dot add child prompt. I should forget how to do this. My brain is just pooped. So yeah, no, let's do this one. So we all want to make it a variable and then add it. Yeah, okay. That's what I'm missing. So let's go back to our NPC. Say variable quest equals prompt. We'll say prompt player 1, so we don't get any errors or whatever. And then we'll add that child into our player UI. So now what we can do is we want a way to call this. So we're not going to copy paste that. Let's do that in our animation player. And to do that, what we can do is go to add track. We can find call method track, and we can connect our NPC because that's where our method is. If we right click, insert key, we can now find our function that we just made, void prompt player. So we open that, it'll prompt it at 1.5 seconds. Right? So now if we play, go here. If I hit my guy after 1.5 seconds, it'll add this child. So now I can click yes or no, nothing happens, but we can. So let's go here. Let's go back to our NPC, and then let's say prompt.get node label dot text equals would you like to accept this quest of mine? And then what we can do is we can go to prompt player. We're going to create a script in this one. This is not going to be on build. It's going to be here. I'm going to delete all this. I'm going to create a variable called quest, and we'll say quest equals game dot intro. Intro. No, I don't remember what it's called. Let's look it up. Let's go to our game file. Where's the quest? Do I have a different tab for it? I think I do. Yeah, I do. I'm trolling you guys. So let's go over here. Say intro quest quests dot intro quest. So this will be the default, and then we'll say we're not going to say anything. We're going to actually connect our buttons. So let's rename this to yes, and this to no. And then we'll say if pressed, and we'll connect this one as well. Connect the yes pressed. And then what we can do is say if no, what we'll do is just Q3. So Q3, we don't want to do anything. But if we click yes, what we can do is say quest equals true. I think that should work, hopefully. And then we'll Q3 as well. And then what we'll do is we'll say, will this work actually? I'm wondering. I don't think it will actually, but let's actually just say quest dot intro quest equals true for now. So we'll delete this, go back here, go back to our NPC. So we have the prompt player, and then here we go. After 5 seconds, so we have label. We're changing the label. We're saying, would you like to accept this quest of mine? We add the child, and then I'm actually going to try this. I've never tried this. So let's see if I can actually change it. Let's say PC on yes. Rest. No, that'll just call the actual thing. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's play. Let's see what happens. So now, if I go to this guy, I'll say, welcome player, I hope you enjoy this world I've created. And it'll pop that up. Why is that? Because let's center this, auto wrap. Let's type in some stuff. Let's end it. Let's see what happens if I type in. Where's the text? That is very strange. It is behind the label, or behind the panel, that's why. Okay, let's make it a bit smaller, because that's really big. Let's do 0.6, 0.6. There we go. Okay, now let's play one more time. Except I'm going to do this on the top. I'm going to have it going from the top down. Okay, play. Now when I hit it, after 1.5 seconds, it'll prompt, would you like to accept this quest of mine? I'll say no, and it'll just disappear. And then if I go back to him, it'll prompt it again. Then I can click yes, and I've accepted the quest technically. And you can create a tab. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I remember we actually just did that. So there it is, Ghost Slayer, or skeletons. Another thing we can do is in our NPC, instead of just creating it right away, we can check for if the quest already exists. So if quest dot what is it called? Intro quest equals false, then we'll just do all this. If not, yeah, we can do else. So what we can do is say we'll player ending. We'll go to AnimationPlayer, and we'll actually just make this 2 seconds. Go to our ending, and then in our ending, what we can do is go to our label and say, you already accepted my quest. Go do it. And then we'll key that right there. And then in the end, nothing will happen. What we can do though in the end is we'll make it 2 seconds. And then after 2 seconds, we'll go to our panel. We'll go to visibility, make it invisible, and down. Let's make it visible though in the beginning. And we'll also do the same thing for intro, make it visible, and then invisible in the end. We'll also go to here and we'll say self.hide in the beginning. All right, let's play. And let's see what we got. Okay, I'm not sure why I didn't hide. Self.hide. It shouldn't be playing anything. Why is it not hiding? That's actually really weird that it's there. But let's test it anyways. Let's welcome player. I hope you enjoy this world. It's a bit fast, so we can actually change it up a bit. Let's make this 3 seconds. We'll go there. We'll pop that up later. Panels visible. Reset. Oh, I think that's why. Let's turn that off. Okay, you know what? Let's just delete the reset thing. I really don't like this thing, but yeah, let's just delete it. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was why. Okay. Let's reload the game just to test one last time. Okay, I'm not sure why it's playing that. Dang. Player. Intro. Why is it playing that? That's very strange. I don't know. Let's just go into it. Welcome player. Hope you really enjoyed this world I've created. It'll pop up. Let's say no for now, and then let's go back. Yep. There we go. Would you like to accept this quest of mine? We can say yes, and then if I go to him, it should pop up and say, "You've already accepted this quest of mine. Go do it." What we can do is we can check for the prompt player in the beginning. It's up to you, but this is kind of how a cutscene would work. What you can do as well is, as soon as the player hits, you can pause the game. So you can say get tree dot pause equals true, and then in the end, you can say it's false somewhere. Yeah, we'll do it after the false, I guess. This isn't the best way to do it. You would probably want to make a separate function, like function unpause, and then you can do it in the animation layer, but I'm too lazy and the video is getting very long. So I'm going to kind of show that there, and that's it. So our game is paused. Keep in mind, now that it's paused, we can't add anything. So the game is paused. There's no process function to anything. So you want to, so if you remember in our pause, we have the pause mode equals to pause mode process, right? So you want to use these for prompt player and stuff. So let's go to NPC. Let's do that here. So function ready, pause mode, function process. We'll go one more time, play. And because the NPC is still working, it's unpaused now because we've prompted the player. So, but yeah, so before I want you to understand that was why it would never unpause, because the process mode of everything is paused, and we'll never be able to unpause unless I click escape, I guess. But would I like to accept? Sure. And then I go back. After a little while, it's paused now. After a little while, it'll prompt it and say you already accepted, because I did, and that's it. You can also do another function that could be like check quest player. You can see if the quest has been accepted. If the quest is done, then you can prompt the player, "Good job, you're done the quest," etc., etc. So this is kind of how I would set up an NPC system. AnimationPlayer is very useful for this. Animation Tree can help as well if it gets more complicated. However, I will say there are other ways to do this that might be easier. But that is it for our series of RPG. It got a bit messy in the end, but this was probably the longest series I've done. I'm pretty proud of this series. So if you liked it, share it, subscribe. Consider pledging to my Patreon. Join my Discord down below. I'll upload the GitHub down below as well in this in the description. So yeah, if you guys want that, that'll be there. What else? That's kind of it. I've been getting a bit, I wouldn't say stressed, but it's getting a bit harder to upload videos. If you have any video ideas, let me know, and it'll help me a lot, because doing series is great and it's fun, but it gets a bit hard, especially because I have to think about how I'm going to do it, most of it beforehand. But yeah, it was fun to teach a lot of stuff. I think I've taught quite a bit of stuff, so there's a lot to take in. So go back if you want to learn stuff. I think a lot of the things that you will want to know is how to do certain things. Like, for example, like the GUI thing, I don't actually usually do because I don't know how to do it too well, and two, it's not very, it doesn't very really come with it. With Godot, it doesn't feel like it's natural. So I want to try to introduce these things because it's very useful. Like every time I create a button, it's the GUI that we set up, right? I do plan on doing a Godot 4 video soon, so hopefully that'll come out. I'm not sure when, but it will come out soon. I might also do an inventory series completely on its own, specifically for inventory, and it'll be a little more complicated, and it's going to actually be the same inventory that we use, but it'll be more in depth, and I'll explain everything as we go. So I also want to make another video kind of unrelated to code at all completely, but I want to talk a little about the game dev experience and the game dev journey, because I think it can be a bit hard, and that's my goal is to help you guys along that goals or that journey. So I think if I'm going to try to dedicate one small video to that. It'll be pretty short. It'll probably be like 6-7 minutes. So yeah, this video has been very long. It's been 30 minutes. It wasn't the best tutorial, I don't think, but I wanted to end this series instead of just finishing at part 17 and not finishing at all. So I will upload this to a GitHub. Check it out. It should be public. And yeah, consider pledging to my Patreon one more time. That is it. I will see you guys next time.